All right, so
Man, so this is a good
uh
lengthy podcast. This makes up for the short episode
yeah,
13.
for the okay, so going off of what you said, right?
Mhm.
Um
About how they took possession of basically a smaller space.
yeah, they came from a bigger space, but now that they were casted literally into hell or wherever they went, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing it's hell. What she's explaining. We spoke about this last time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, or or is it impossible for angels to have fears?
No, they do.
Because they do. Okay,
What?
so
Wait, I'm gonna say because I'm thinking about the fallen angels.
yeah.
They fear God, like I think everyone fear. I think all creatures fear God. I mean,
Well, we do,
I
but
mean angelic
do you
creatures
think
too.
they fear God too?
Yeah, I think so.
Because they were created by God.
Mm-hmm.
So
But they see his like.
no, they see him as no, okay, so this is my question, right?
Mhm.
So in a way we fear him, right? I fear I don't fear him. I fear judgment day is what I fear. I fear that I haven't done enough
But,
and
mhm.
and during judgment day what I fear is Juan, look at the stuff that you didn't do, dude, and it was so easy for you to do. You could have just done it. That's what I fear. I don't think I fear God himself. Um I think I fear the outcome of what might happen if I don't do my part. And I don't know if that's a bad thing to think of. What do you think of me saying that?
Mm,
Because I
no.
feel like I don't fear, like, if God was here,
Uh huh.
maybe I'd be like, whoa, what is that? I don't know if I'd fear, because I don't know. It's never happened to me. I don't know. Nah, I could tell you what I do fear.
Uh huh.
What happened to me the other day.
Oh,
Remember what I told you when I was sleeping?
you're talking about the pool?
Yeah, I'm talking about that.
Oh
I
yeah.
fear that.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, Lord have mercy. But I don't think I would necessarily fear God if I saw him. I'd kind of be like, whoa, like
I,
whoa. Yeah, I'd be really, really surprised. I don't know. How do you think you would act if you saw him?
that's a very interesting question because everyone's gonna act different and they're gonna act accordingly to their conscience. So what's weighing on you? What have you given to him? What have you held from him? All that is gonna play a role on you psychologically. And
I
when you
feel in between.
so maybe because you can guess, you can make a good guess.
Right now, I'm feeling fear because I'm thinking about it more.
I don't well
I don't know.
to me one I think if you were gonna stand before God, he's gonna show you
I'd be sad.
uh, he's gonna show you like you said. Well, he wants you to see what he's seen about from
Oh
up.
yeah, and I've done a lot of bad things.
So it would say, I mean,
the first thing that came out of my mouth, I've done a lot of bad things. So yeah, I have a lot of things that weigh on me. But no, okay, so I don't know. I'm trying to like grasp together how I would feel if I saw him. But I don't know. I honestly don't know.
hmm,
I don't know if I would feel fear. I don't know if I'd feel happy. I don't know if I'd feel sad because all those emotions are coming to my mind right now. But I think I'm just getting myself mixed up.
it's something that you probably gotta like.
Like if I saw God right now, I don't know what I would do.
Okay, maybe.
I think after I got myself together, whatever my first emotion would be, I would feel happy for sure. I think I'd be like, oh, I'm in the presence of God.
Yeah,
Like I think I would feel that after my first emotion, but my first emotion, I don't know what it would be. I don't know if I'd have fear. I don't know if I'd be, like, oh, it's God, like, because I wouldn't even know if that was God in the first place, because I've never seen such.
you would probably feel it though. I think you would know.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Because remember, I think we read this in a scripture. He was just but a bright light, right? Like he was the brightest light you can see.
Hmm.
I don't know where we read that from, but I think we read that somewhere in the scripture where once I think the I don't know. I think I'm just making it up. No, never mind. I honestly don't know. But I think we heard this on the scripture where God was a bright light, a bright white light.
Maybe. I'm not sure. But man, I lost the the page.
Oh,
Well, this is a different website, but I think it's the same thing.
okay. I don't know, dude.
Okay, I think I did find. I think this is it. So
I got to find where I left off.
I'll find it for you right now. Let me see. Okay, I found it. So you're in this paragraph.
I like the Christmas lights a lot.
Me too.
It looks cool.
Right there it says, then rising from below.
Oh, okay, yeah, let me see. Oh, snap. Okay, so I saw the fall of the angels in my childhood, and ever after, day and night, I dreaded their influence. What does that mean?
She dreaded, like she
Like she dreaded seeing the image?
yeah, she dreaded that what they were gonna do. So dread.
What do you mean what they were going to do?
She said, I dreaded their influence.
So the influence they took on her while she was here on Earth?
So she's dreading how they were gonna influence.
Oh, the people on Earth. That's what she saw. Okay. Oh, where
Dreaded,
am I?
regarded with great fear or apprehension. So you remember, it's similar to how you felt. You feared that what happened.
Uh-huh.
She had great fear about
What's going to happen here?
yeah what they were gonna do basically.
Okay, so I thought they must do great. I thought they must do great harm to the earth, for they are always around it. It is well they have no bodies. That sounds. It is well they have no bodies, else they would obscure the light of the sun. They're so big that is that what she meant?
So she means what she's saying is that there's so many. So like
Oh, okay. Not that they're just huge. They're just
some probably are really huge,
yeah.
but I think
That's terrifying,
she's
dude.
talking more about their number. There's a lot.
Jeez.
So Lucifer took a lot, dude.
Can you imagine on top of being many, there's huge ones?
Yeah.
Jeez. Oh, dude, and I just thought of this right now. Can you imagine what the people in hell are seeing now?
They can't even see down there, dude. I mean, they probably could see some things, I'm sure, but
imagine they're probably looking at the most. No, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't
The
know.
ugliest things are down there.
I can't fathom, dude.
The ugliest things are down there, dude.
And they're just staring at them for eternity.
Oh, forget about that part.
For that's eternity, forever, bro.
Dude. Here, everything's temporary. But
that's what scares me, dog.
Yeah.
That terrifies me a lot. That honestly means I need to get myself together more.
Well, that's good because doing this is helping us too a little bit.
Because dude, that's terrifying. Yeah, imagine they see them every day. Well, it's not even days. It's forever.
You can't even keep track.
And I wonder, because I think you said this last time. They go in there the way we are, right? Like in flesh.
No.
Or do they go as a soul?
The human beings?
Yeah.
For right now, they go. From what I know, right now they go in as their soul, their spirit.
Now, do you see? I wonder how you see yourself in a soul.
You look like the way. I mean, you kind of look. Okay, this is a physical body one, and we're just occupying it with the spirit. Our spirit is in our body right now. We're gonna leave our body eventually, unless God permits us to make it to the new era, and He'll do away with that. But anyways, that's another topic. But typically, when somebody dies, yes, your spirit is gonna leave your body. Your body is just the vessel. But your spirit is what's gonna be in front of God, and you're gonna feel. You're gonna feel like, I want to say kind of like the way the human body feels, but there's a small parallel, like a correlation or similarity, but it's a little bit different.
Now, do you think? Man, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like not really like focused on it. But since you're saying a spirit goes there, do you think it's more spiritual harm, or do you think it's physical harm?
So
Dang, I keep letting the phone go.
if you want to get kind of like, I'm gonna get scientific with you right now. So check it out. You know the particles you're talking about, like the smallest little atoms and stuff like that.
Uh huh.
They're all charged negatively, or they're charged some positive, some negative,
Uh
right?
huh.
But they have a charge. They have like an energy.
Uh huh.
So your spirit consists of. I'm guessing here, but I'm taking I think a pretty good guess. Your spirit is energy, right?
Yeah.
And the spiritual realm is full of that energy. It's full of
Negative or
positive.
yeah.
So you're gonna still feel, but it's not like how we feel here.
Uh huh.
You're still gonna feel something, but you gotta try to think from like a spiritual perspective. Like, excuse me, right here in this world that we live in, one things are kind of intertwined. The physical and the spiritual are combined in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like it's not too different from here, but so if you say if you're gonna feel pain in hell,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna feel pain down there. Everything's intense. It's way more intense than on the surface where we're at right now. Down there, there's a lot of pressure, both physically, like the earth, because hell is inside the earth. Um, that I'm assuming. I forget where I get this information, but I'm pretty sure hell is in the core of the earth, and there is naturally, physically, there is natural pressure down there. Just like when you go deep, deep, deep down in the ocean,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of pressure. The same thing down there, and so like I said, your spirit, there's energy here in your soul. So you'll feel. I don't know how to. I don't know how to explain that, but
I'm trying to imagine it, but I'm only so close to what I can imagine, and I could only imagine so much. But yeah, I've heard about that too, where hell's like in the core of the earth, and I don't know if you ever I forgot who showed this to me.
oh, the voices.
Yeah, so
I think I did.
oh, you did?
I might have.
Somebody did. They were like some scientists were like drilling or something.
They wanted to hear the tectonic
Yeah,
plates
yeah,
moving.
and when they threw like I don't know if there was like a radio or something, but they started hearing like voices and like people yelling and like
Screaming.
yeah, I forgot who showed me that. Dude, I swear, dude, I couldn't like get that out of my head for like a good week, I think. Because all I was thinking is, imagine, dude, we're actually walking above hell.
Here we are. I think
That's kind of disturbing, dude.
it
In
is.
a way, like we're this close. We don't know where heaven is,
Yeah. It's in that
but yet we're so close to hell. Like if
we
that's
could pretty
true,
much
I don't
dig
know.
there.
Yeah, technically, like, well, I don't think we could dig all the way there, but
Yeah, I don't know. I think Satan's guarding that place pretty much. He doesn't want people.
well, I don't think he's guarding it that bad, dude, or that hard.
But
I
there's
think he wants us to dig down there. He's like, make it easy for me,
yeah.
boys. Like,
Eh,
make this shit easy
Juan,
for me. Make the earth
this-
split.
we're gonna finish. I want you to finish reading this because I think you are kind of digesting this pretty good. But I was gonna say another thing. The content that we're reading. But I was gonna tell you one real quick.
Uh huh.
Later on, we're gonna get because God reveals a lot of things to His saints, right?
Uh huh.
There's this saint called Saint Don Bosco.
Uh huh.
God showed him hell for a second, and
Oh Lord.
he felt. I think
You told me this I think one time where he took I think it was I think you said it was a priest.
mhm.
I think you said he took this priest. Or did you say? I don't know. I heard it somewhere where this priest was like, what he? Oh yeah.
I'm just keeping it. I'm just keeping it so it doesn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep moving it like this. I guess this priest passed, right? Like I don't know where he passed,
Mhm.
and then when he was being judged, I think you said, the Virgin Mary actually saved him and said, "Son, I think if you gave him more time, I think he would do better." And I think you said something about, or I don't know if you said it. Where did I get this information from? I always forget, dude. I always forget. I never remember who tells me this or where I saw it from. But I think he actually went to hell for like a second, like a split second from our time, right? Because it's not like seconds where they are,
Right.
where God and or hell is, right?
Uh-huh.
I think he went for like a split second, and literally when he came back to life, because God, I just wanted to show him that he like changed his life the split moment he came back. Like I think he was a priest or something like that that you mentioned.
I mean,
I keep saying you because I think you're the one that showed me, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
okay, there was two things that real quick. There's two things that I mentioned. One was that priest, right? And then the other one was a king. But before I get to that,
Oh yeah, the king.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the king. Never mind.
well,
It might have been the king.
it may be. I mean, you might have gotten from a different. You might have a different story. But the one I told you about the king was that he was gonna go to hell. He didn't go there, but God was about to send him off. You know, because that's the kind of decision that he was making. He was just living for himself pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But Mary also stepped in for him. This is according to the story in the book called The Secret of the Rosary. But she she asked him. She said the same thing for him. She said,
Uh-huh.
if you give him more, look, he was always telling the people to pray the rosary, to pray.
Yeah.
And look how many people actually did because of just him showing himself as if he was caring about the rosary.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, look what great good that he actually did, even though he's lived the life for his life for
Of an
himself.
indigenous man.
Yeah. And he was like, okay, I'll give you more time. And he
All
had
right,
like
mother.
more times. Yeah.
Because of you, go back to Earth.
Yeah.
Like if Earth is like because I think it's a good place here, but man, it can't compare to what heaven must be.
I was going to tell you real quick one. So the other thing I was going to tell you about, this is, I think, according to St. Don Bosco, because he's been given visions from God too, was that I think he's seen that hell is bordered with thick miles of walls too, I think. But we'll get into that there, because that one's interesting too. But anyways,
Okay, so
resuming the St. Anne Catherine Emmerich.
uh-huh. So immediately after the fall, I saw the spirits in the shining circle, humbling themselves before God. They did homage to him and implored pardon for the fallen angels. Oh, so the angels that were even with God were still saying, "Hey, sorry for the."
What happened?
Yeah, because they still felt like they were like a part of it.
They felt sorry because they're like,
Now, this is what I was getting to last time. Do you think that when they were talking amongst themselves, or if that even happened? I'm just saying this is like what I think happened. I don't know.
I'm going to tell you like this.
I don't know.
I think that frame of mind that you have is interesting, but I think it's coming from like a human. Like I said,
It is. It's a human perspective. I'm not, by no means do I know what happened. I don't.
But I know what you're trying to you want to see like
I want to solve it kind of like I'm like in a way I'm trying to find out what happened. Because look, so with that saying that you were saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that they were actually saying sorry because they felt like they could have prevented it?
No.
Because maybe in a way they were all talking amongst themselves and nobody probably told Jesus.
No, but I think, and this is my perspective on,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not like it's 100%, but what I think is, because I think that the angels they were already, like I said, they were like perfect in their knowledge. God made them like that.
Uh-huh.
He made them brilliant. He made them very much like him.
Yeah, so if they see something that's wrong, they're gonna go and like, hey, God, like,
but nobody's
this
gonna.
is happening.
Yeah, maybe like.
Or do you think they would fix it themselves?
So no. Well, I was gonna say I think like so.
No, keep going. All right. So I got another question.
So when Lucifer, you know how she says that she saw them resting in self.
Mm-hmm.
Just pretty much doing everything in self.
Yeah.
So they were beginning to choose, like, okay, I'm. They wanted to kind of like, sounds like they were wanting to just worship themselves. They were putting themselves above God. They weren't keeping God up in their hearts above Him. I mean, they weren't keeping God above themselves. They were putting themselves above God.
Mm-hmm.
But like that, it's not like they were like excuse me. So like the good angels that were seeing that, they're probably, let me give me a second. So they were thinking, I'm just guessing here, by the way, but let me think. Give me 1 second or a few seconds. The good angels already knew the outcome of what the bad angels were going to do. They already know the consequences of what the bad angels were going to do, and the bad angels already knew the consequences of what they were doing. They already knew that, if I'm claiming myself to be more than God, I'm separating myself. They already know that the penalty. They already know I'm going to be.
And it's crazy how
I'm assuming.
It's crazy how they still went with it, dude.
Yeah. But the one.
So it sounds messed. I keep cutting you off, dude. I'm so sorry.
Well, I was just gonna throw this into real quick. Lucifer really locked them in that decision because he was making sure, like, he for sure doesn't want to serve God for certain reasons. She doesn't go over everything, but there's saints, Juan, that God kind of tells them a little bit more detailed about why Lucifer was choosing what he was choosing. But Lucifer, he's the one who fully kind of, like, I think he convinced and helped lock the bad angels in their decisions and get them.
No, in that way, why not punish the master, not the student?
Because the students,
because they still chose to follow him. But that's like saying, like, did Adam and Eve go to hell?
No,
because Eve was the one that took the apple, but Adam didn't. Or actually, Adam did.
Okay,
but because Eve told him, "Hey, just eat it."
Yeah. Oops.
Just say, "But
yeah,
they're gonna."
No one. She's gonna tell you. You're gonna read all. I want you to. We're gonna. Okay, so No Shackles podcast is gonna go over Saint Anne Catherine Emmerich because it has a lot of I think, content, but also answers that Juan has questions about. So you're talking about Adam and Eve, about why God's not. He didn't send Adam to hell. Is what we were saying.
Yeah. So like how we were saying, they already knew the well. Okay, so I think I'm already answering my own question. Okay, so Lucifer and the people that follow him already knew the outcome to what he was doing. So that's why he was still cast to hell because he still followed through. Now Adam and Eve didn't know what the outcome of what might happen because Jesus didn't tell him.
No.
So God didn't tell them, if you eat from this apple, this is what's going to happen.
So I'm going to tell you like this. With Adam and Eve, God told them, he didn't say that, he didn't mention what the consequence is going to be.
Yeah, that was the difference between both of them.
But he just instructed them,
don't do
it. But they still did it.
That's why free will. I'm not blaming God, but God, that's where you messed up. You shouldn't have given us free will.
No, because you know why he gives us free will? Because he wants to see himself in us. Yeah.
He wants to see that our love is pure and it comes from the heart, and it's not just something that
we're not. He doesn't want a robot.
Yeah.
He doesn't want an AI. He wants it.
I feel it. But at the same time, no, God, you shouldn't have given us free will. I would have been happy being your slave. I would have been happy being your sheep. Just take us already. Oh, man.
Wait, so keep going.
All right, where was I? Sorry, boys. I kind of lost. Oh, right here. All right, so they did homage to him and implored pardon for the fallen angels. At that moment, I saw a movement in the luminous sphere in which God dwelt. Until then, it had been motionless, and as I felt, awaiting that prayer. After the action on the part of the angelic choirs, I felt assured that they would remain steadfast. What's that? Steadfast. Did they stand still?
She says, I felt that they would remain steadfast. They wouldn't change. They're not going to be like, you know what? I'm going to go with Lucifer instead.
Oh, jeez. Resolutely or doubtfully, firm or unwavering.
Or dutifully. Dutifully.
Dang, I keep letting this thing
no problem
go out. Sorry.
No need to apologize. You're good.
Okay, so
Excuse me.
um, okay, so I'm gonna or okay, so after that action on the part of the angelic choirs, I felt assured that they would remain steadfast, that they would never fall away. It was made known to me that God, in His judgment, in His eternal sentence against the rebel angels, decreed the reign of strife until their vacant thrones are filled. But to fill those thrones seemed to me almost impossible, for it would take so long. The strife will, however, be upon the earth. There will be no strife above, for God has so ordained. After I had received this assurance, I could no longer sympathize with Lucifer. Like how you were saying, she kind of felt sorry for what happened to him in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, I guess in a way I felt sympathy for him too, because I don't know the true story. I don't know.
So you felt like,
I feel like, what if there was a way I could just pray for him and he could probably be saved? What if everybody
and
prayed for him and
okay,
he could be saved?
Juan, I'm gonna tell you this real quick. You know how glorious it would have been if Lucifer actually remained serving God? Like, things would have been so beautiful for the human race. Because he was called, he's called Lucifer, and that means bearer of light. So to bring someone to the light, to God,
Uh huh.
that's, I mean, that's like the whole point of existing is to be with God, to be
Yeah.
with the light. For him to have that role, and is is something so beautiful. Like for it, it's like saying, Juan, like if you could have had someone that is very talented on your side, on the side that you're fighting for, but they're going on, like you said, against you. You're like,
Yeah.
man, this person could have been so good for us, on our
Yeah.
side. But and I'm gonna tell you one other thing real quick before I don't want to digress too much, but look at the stars and the sky, and everything kind of correlates with God. Look at so I'm gonna compare the sun to God, meaning the sun kind of, I'm just making an example, but the sun kind of is like God in a sense. It's
Uh-huh.
the brightest, the biggest. The If you could feel the warmth of the sun, right? And when the sun comes out, you don't see anything other than the moon sometimes. But all the stars, they're still there, but the sun completely, like, you know, blots them out because it's so bright. That's like God. All His creation, like the angels, are like the stars, and they have light, because they're from Him, but they don't compare. They don't have that same intensity of brightness.
Mm-hmm.
But Lucifer is, I think, I I don't know if he may have been given the title morning and evening star, but once he turned against God, I'm just guessing too. I don't know where I got this from, but I think it was supposed to be he was like, morning and the evening star, but that title was taken from him when he went against God. Um, but that in a sense that would have like been his role. Like the first star that you see is that one. Is the morning and the evening star, Venus.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, that's man. I don't know, dude.
I'm just throwing an example.
No, 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 no. I was thinking about something else.
Oh,
Okay, so let me continue real quick. So, I'm gonna continue from. For I saw that he had cast himself down by his own free wicked will. Neither could I feel such anger against Adam. On the contrary, I felt great sympathy for him because I thought it has been thus ordained. Creation of the earth. Immediately after the prayer of the faithful choirs and that movement in the Godhead, I saw below me, not far from and to the right of the world of shadows, another dark globe arise. I fixed my eyes steadily upon it. I beheld it as if in movement, growing larger and larger, as it were, bright spots breaking out upon it and encircling it like luminous bands. Like luminous bands. Here and there they stretched out into brighter, broader plains, and at that moment I saw the form of the land setting, boundaries to the water. bright places I saw a movement as of life, and on the land I beheld vegetation springing forth, and myriads. Is that what it is?
Yep. Myriads.
Myriads
Hmm.
of living things arising.
Do you know what myriads means?
Uh-uh.
I'll search it up real quick. I think it means many, something like that.
If this is the way she spoke back in the day, dude, she's freaking smart. She uses good words.
Yeah. Countless or
Countless or extremely great number. Okay. Oh, that's. I would have never guessed that, bruh. Where am I? I lost it. Okay, and on the land I beheld vegetation springing forth, and myriads or many of living things arising. Child that I was, I fancied the plants were moving about. Up to this moment, there was only a gray light like the sunrise, like early morning breakfast over the earth, like nature waking from sleep. And now all other parts of the picture faded. The sky became blue, the sun burst forth, but I saw only one part of the earth lighted up and shining. That spot was charming, glorious, and I thought, there's paradise. While these changes were going on upon the dark globe, I saw, as it were, a streaming forth of light out of the highest of all the spheres, the God sphere, that sphere in which God dwelt. It was as if the sun rose higher in the heavens, as if bright morning were awakening. It was the first morning. No created being had any knowledge of it, and it seemed as if all those created things had been there forever in their unsullied innocence. As the sun rose higher, I saw the plants and trees growing larger and larger. The waters became clearer and holier. Holier?
uh,
Holier?
the waters became clearer and holier. So
Holier.
I don't know exactly what she means on that. Let me see, because maybe holier has two meanings or something.
It's, oh, yeah, the H is messed up.
Okay. Holier.
Holy.
Spiritually. Oh, morally and spiritually excellent.
But that's holy.
Yeah. So maybe that's what she means. Okay.
I don't know. Okay, so, um, oh, Lord Jesus.
Hey,
Oh,
Marshall.
okay. The waters became clearer and holier. Colors grew purer and brighter. All the unspeakably charming creation was not then as it is now. Plants and flowers and trees had other forms. They are wild and misshapen now compared with what they were. For all things are now thoroughly degenerate. When looking at the plants and fruits of our gardens, apricots, for instance, which in southern climes are, as I have seen, so different from ours, so large, magnificent, and delicious, I often think as miserable as our fruits compared with those of the south are the latter when compared with the fruits of paradise. I saw their roses, white and red, and I thought them symbols of Christ's passion and our redemption. I saw also palm trees and other high and spreading which cast their branches afar as if forming roofs. Okay. I'll probably leave it there, dude.
Okay.
This is a long one.
All right.
All right, so we can I'll just
We could just.
replay back what I read
Okay.
to go back to where we were. But okay, so going back to like how God like chooses individuals that see different things.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if um you know how when you what's it called? Man, what was I gonna say? Do you think there was ever like a time, or was there ever a time when God actually showed someone, hey, like this is who you become, if you continue your path, this is who you will be.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
like kind of like God showing him his future to kind of get him away from what he's doing. Let's say let's say somebody that's in prison, right?
uh-huh.
Do you think he would give somebody like somebody that's in prison, somebody that's not holy by no means,
Mhm.
somebody that probably doesn't believe in God, maybe? Well, do you think that maybe God has given him that vision to get him away from the evilness that he's in?
I'm sure he does.
You think he'll do stuff like that?
I mean, I'm trying to think of an example, but yeah, I would imagine he can do stuff like that if he wanted to. Yeah.
Do you think
Uh,
he's done it? Maybe.
yeah, maybe.
I think a lot of people have come from like bad backgrounds, but maybe God has shown them like, hey, like,
One that I was gonna tell you real quick. Sorry to interrupt, but I was gonna say that there is this one person that
uh,
she didn't have a. Her parents, I think, weren't really in the picture, and one day I think I don't know if she called out to God or God just started, kind of becoming more prevalent, or he was kind of coming more into her life. And one day, she went to she went to like this party, I think, and on this party they have all kinds of drugs and stuff like that on the tables.
uh,
And God told her, uh, don't basically don't eat from that table or whatever because it's got bad things on it. But he was becoming like her father in a sense,
mm-hmm,
like becoming like the way a father would, the role the father would have had on her. He was giving her that gift that he was actually like giving her these senses of direction
yeah.
like that. I wish I could pin back because this is a true story, from what I remember, and I wish I could remember in detail the story, the name, and everything. But God does he does he comes into people's lives in different ways. Um, some is extraordinary, supernatural, ways, and others it's just more like me and you. You're very
Uh-huh.
spiritual, and you help me. You've helped me try to reach God more. So that's one. You're being His instrument. That's a very special role to play, and you'll be rewarded in heaven for that. Whoever tries to help,
I
I
just
never
hope I
gets credit.
make it, dog.
I hope I make it too, dude. I got a lot of penance to do. You
Yeah,
don't know.
that's all I want, dog.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think we talked about this lesson. Like, I don't want to be rich in heaven, dog. I just want to be the farmer, bruh. I'm cool with that, dog. Lord Jesus, give me the rope, take care of the sheep, boy. Let me just make it.
Another interesting thing about heaven one is there's no hunger, right? There's no thirst, but you can eat and drink if you want. Like I mean, like what God has up there. I would imagine He probably would like to throw feasts. You know,
Can you
come
imagine,
to the
dog?
feast. I mean,
Can you imagine, bro?
hmm
Us being in heaven, dude, and then God's like, "All right, we're having a feast, boys,"
come
and
on
we're just
through.
like, "It's gonna get lit." Dog, I
Yeah.
don't think we'd be like that, but it's about to get lit.
Start. Yeah, that. Who knows? But the colors in heaven, the materials are not like Earth materials. Like I remember this guy was saying that he went to heaven supposedly. I think he
Uh-huh.
like had a near death experience or something, but he saw like the architecture there or something, and he was like, "Yeah, the material was not. It was like some other material. It wasn't like a
It's not from here, boys.
yeah." But
Imagine he could have brought like a piece back with him,
that'd be cool.
and it's like, whoa, what's this?
It's a new element on the periodic table.
Man, that's nuts, dude. I know that. Honestly, that's all I want, dog. This is I hope that me and my family actually make it,
Yeah.
and that wherever we do land, because I don't know how it is in heaven, but wherever we do land, I just hope that I get to like have my whole family there, because I know we bring this up quite a bit.
Uh huh.
It would be so sad if I find out that somebody that I really truly care about goes to hell.
That's why it's important to.
Or imagine how sad
Pray.
it'd be if my parents find out I went there.
Man,
That's the saddest thing. Well, not even. I don't want to go to hell, dude.
I don't either.
I don't want nobody to go to hell. That's sad. That's so bad, dude.
Yeah,
It's terrifying. It's sad.
We-
I don't want no part of it.
Did I read that story of the person who went to hell? It was she wrote like a letter. Did I tell you about that one? Okay, so that's
She
another
wrote a
one.
letter. Whoa.
But what I mean is like the reason why we found out about this story is because. Do you want me to tell you about it?
Yeah.
Okay, so there is this girl. Oh, she's in her like 20s, I think, or 30s. I forget how old she is, and at the time she was telling the story, but she was saying that she had a dream, and she's walking along this path, and I think she like sits down, or anyway, she gets this letter, and she starts reading it. I forget how she gets the letter, but she has this letter in her hand, and she starts reading it, and the letter's from an old acquaintance of hers. I can't say friend because they weren't quite friends, or maybe they were, but
it's just somebody she knew.
Yeah, it's writing to her in her dream.
Okay.
And she's reading it, and this girl that's writing to her is saying, "Hey, it's me. I forgot what the name, but I think it was like Anne or something like that. It's me, Anne. Um, you remember we worked together for like a few years, and blah blah blah. I'm writing this to you." And she starts describing the mistakes she's made in her life and how hell is. She says in that writing, she said that they eat and drink hate like it's food down there.
Jeez.
And
I don't even know what that means, dude.
I imagine different things, but it probably you could probably use your imagination in it.
Yeah. No, I don't want to.
Yeah, but that's another thing that talks about hell and like the experience, like kind of like how it is and stuff like that. This particular individual writes about it.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be terrified if I wake up from that, dude.
That reminds me of another story. There is this person that was on, they were dying in the doctors in the hospital.
Yeah.
And this is what this is another story that I've heard. But this person, when they died, they kind of came back, like they kind of resuscitated or whatever for a moment. But this person's eyes were like wide and opened, like they were like, they looked kind of crazy. And I think he or she, whatever it was like kind of out of breath or something. But it looked basically the way this person reacted. It was as if you could tell this person went to hell.
Whoa, what was that?
Cat. That's probably the devil too.
Probably.
Oh, here, I'm gonna show you this real quick. And so I think that person, when they came back, like for that quick instant, they died again. But I was thinking,
oh, that sucks, dude. Can you imagine, dude?
I think maybe God might have allowed that. If that's how the story went.
Dude, that sucks, dude. That'd be the worst, dude. Can you imagine you're dying, dude, and you die, and then you go to hell, and then you come back, and you're like, no, and then die again, and then go back and feel the instance of hell again, dude? Oh, no, dude. Talk about a way to go.
That would suck, huh?
Because you feel it for the first time, then wake up, you're like, oh my God, bring me back to life. And then you die.
Bring me back.
And then you freaking pass out completely. And then you feel hell again for the first time, for the second time.
Man.
That sucks, dude. God save us all.
There's this video of an exorcist.
Oh, wait, is it the one he's doing the exorcism? Oh, God, I want to hear that, Doug.
Oh, no, it's not that one. I'm going to show you something else.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't want to hear that right now, dude. I'm good, especially because we're gonna go to sleep. What?
I'll be asleep, dude. I'll just see the nightmare in my dream.
No, Lord. He's gonna protect me and you, dog, and our families.
Hey, man.
Nothing goes without God saying yes to it first.
Hey, man. Where was it? It's over here somewhere.
Man.
I'll just tell you about it. So this person was like, they're maybe it's this one. Oh yeah, it is. Read the thing.
Oh yeah,
You
I
saw this
saw
one?
this one.
Oh, okay.
Where's it coming from? Maybe it's woodpeckers. It's either that or the demons. They love to interrupt. And you know what demons really hate is that when you laugh at them.
Yeah, I was gonna bring this up to you.
You just think, oh, it's just you.
You know how we? I'm gonna pause this real quick. You know how we're always like laughing and like trying to make jokes out of the things we're talking about.
Yeah.
They're probably like right next to us, like, oh nah, dog. Like, if we can't get through these fools, dog, what's waiting for us on the other side? Dude, for real, dog. Because since we're like, man, that's not gonna do nothing, dog. Imagine that they're probably right here, like, bro, we can't do nothing to these fools, dog. What makes you think we're gonna get to the other people? Dog, this is why I was gonna bring this up to you, dog.
Oh,
But I'm glad you kept that.
my sister Brianna, she's the one who sent it to me.
That's a good one, yeah. He's like, yeah.
It's just you, Goofy, trying to interrupt.
I forget we're on the podcast still, but so basically, I was showing a video to one about.
Oh yeah, we're still on the podcast. I've completely forgot too.
Basically, you can edit whatever you gotta edit out.
I'm gonna leave it all in, boy.
But this exorcist priest is talking, and there's a knocking somewhere in the
church.
in the church where the recording.
And he's like, "What is that? Is that woodpeckers? Or you know what it could be? It could be the demons." And he's like casually just laughing. And then he's like, "You know what the demons hate most is when you start laughing at them."
Yeah.
And pretend like they're like nothing.
For real.
And he like goes back and he checks and he's like, "All right, looks like they stopped."
Yeah, like it's nothing.
But that's a good mentality to have, though, dude.
You need that mentality for real.
He's a strong individual because on top of being a priest, so number one, he's targeted every day, every second because he's a priest.
Mm-hmm.
Second, he's in a church trying to give the word of God, right, in this interview.
Right.
And so he's target number one immediately.
Club.
How's my mom?
Oh.
Hello? Hey. Bien, pues aquí estoy con el Alex enfrente. Oh. Ok. Ahorita le digo. Ok, ma. Hey, bye-bye.
More span.
More bread, dog.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. And we feel bad, bro, because we don't want to throw it away.
Can I pick it up tomorrow,
You
dog?
can, bro. Yeah, of course. You don't need to take it today. She was just saying if you wanted to.
I'll try swinging my. I'll have tomorrow off.
Yeah. But, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, about the priest. Like, he's just a strong individual.
You know what? You know why they wear the color black?
Why?
This is what I heard too. I got it. There's a lot of I heard. So forgive me, y'all guys, but I have I heard this that it symbolizes that they're dead to the world.
They're what?
They're dead to the world, meaning they're not gonna be. They don't belong to the world. They're completely just to serve God. That's why they wear the color black, because basically what that means is they're not gonna partake in like. I'm assuming things like politics, they're not going to become like, they're not going to devote any part of their life other than to living for God, so that they're dead to the world. In contrast.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So is that where? So it's kind of going into like the funeral kind of way.
Yeah, in a
Where?
sense,
Okay.
like they're not no longer like tethered to the ways of the world.
Yeah.
So, um, but that's also important in our, I want to say, our faith, and for the role of the priest, because he's symbolizing something.
That
A
role of the
physical sense.
priest must be difficult, dude.
It can
Not
be,
not
but
be not because of like you having to. I know. I know. The way I'm gonna make it sound is probably gonna be all bad, but I think it would get boring. But I don't know. I'm not a priest. I don't know, because all they're gonna do is just pray, and then.
wait, can I explain something?
But maybe I'm just looking at it in a different way because, like I said, I'm not. I like a priest,
That,
so maybe that's why I'm saying it might be boring. I don't know.
well, you're saying it because like this perspective, the angle that you're coming from off of. But I was gonna say it's like anything else. I think, whereas if you keep doing something right, you're gonna get better and better, and it'll get more fun.
Uh-huh.
If you do it the right way and the correct way, and repetitively. But if you're doing something in your life that you're not doing it to like the best of your ability, to pushing your limits or things like that, um, you can kind of just lose a grip on it, and you won't evolve. So
Yeah.
I get it. Like you would imagine like being just praying and stuff like that is gonna get boring. It's already boring, right off the bat most of the time.
Yeah.
But if you do the prayer very in depth meditatively, that you're praying with your whole heart and confidence in your prayer to to being lifted to God, you're praying the right way and you're praying correctly, and it's gonna actually you're basically nourishing your soul very fervently that way. Whereas if you're just rushing through prayers, you just say it really quick, or you hardly ever say it, and you're trying to live a spiritual life like in the role of a priest, and you're lacking on your
Yeah, it ain't
prayers,
gonna work out.
you're not gonna
You're not
become.
gonna last.
That's why that one story that I told you about the priest, where Mary stepped in for him when God was telling him, "Mother, he's been a priest for 12 years for himself. Why should I, have mercy on him, or something like that?" And she was like, "Well, if we give him special graces and more time, maybe he will change and serve you, basically."
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "Okay, mother, take him. He's yours." So Mary,
Dang, dude, can you imagine? He must have been like, like,
oh man,
like he was.
That's the biggest relief you could ever get, dude.
He was like this close, dog. Like not even a sheet of paper could go through the fingertips of how close he was to going to hell.
That is no joke, dude.
Because that's the man himself. If he said, if that's the man himself, if he said you mopping the floors, guess what, nigga? You mopping them floors, nigga. Bro, that's the man himself, boy. Hey, you ain't playing with him. He ain't taking nothing, boy. What you say? Man, 3 years. You mopping floors, boy. They better be good. Like, man, that ain't no joke, dog. Yeah. He must have been like, God, dude.
I'm telling you, dude. That is probably gotta be the biggest relief you could ever have.
The Virgin Mary just came in clutch, my boy, that day, dog. Jeez.
That's something else.
That's what I'm saying. I think I don't actually fear God. I fear that upcoming of my
dude.
Of that day.
Judgment, yeah. I
fear that judgment day. I don't fear because I know God is good. God is love. God gives me what I need.
Oh yeah.
And I'm here to like.
That was another part that that Jesus told the priest when he was judging him. He was like, "Mother, I shed my blood for this, for him, and for 12 years, like the same thing."
He was only doing it for himself. Yeah. But she was like, "Nah, listen real quick. Yeah. Listen, look how you got my boy right. He's praying like, He done. Yo, he was holding on to anything he could, dog. He was like, no.
Dude, Satan was probably like getting ready to.
Yeah, he was like, dude. And then, oh, dude, jeez,
Dude,
bro.
Satan must have been ticked off at that moment,
Because he
dude.
played him,
He
dog.
had him, dude.
He played him, boy. You ain't taking this one.
Man,
Dude.
that's why he hates the Virgin Mary so bad, because God gave her such a special role in helping
Man.
humanity, you know. So he hates her so much, and I'm gonna tell you why he hates her even especially. He almost hates her. I think he might even fear her more than God himself. The reason being because he's so proud, right? That for someone as a creature such as her, and not God himself, is doing bringing souls.
It's pretty much doing God's work.
Yeah, she's doing a lot of like God's work, but he's like humiliated that because he has so much pride, he could probably better feel less humiliated that God himself is the one who's
Is doing the role of bringing the souls in.
right, but instead God has placed
Mary to do it too.
So for him to lose to her, he's like that. He hates that so much, dude.
Man.
Yeah, so
that's crazy, dog. That poor dude in those seconds, dog. He must have been for real, dog.
do you want to see that clip of him explaining? Because that's on video. It's not him in the judgment, obviously, but
yeah.
But when he's telling his story,
let me see. I want to see his expression, dude. Imagine he was like, "Dude, I'm telling you, bro. When I was there was a handle there for a reason, dog, and I was grabbing that thing the entire time." Dude, that must have been funny. Is that priest still alive?
He passed away a few years ago.
Oh Lord, we gotta pray for him too, dog.
I think he did a lot better. He died more peacefully.
Oh God, thank God, dude. He probably. Hey, can you imagine, dude, on his deathbed, bro? I don't want to make fun of nobody, but imagine on his deathbed, he was like, "Oh God, not again." He was probably like,
"Not again,
not again."
He's sweating bullets and stuff.
He's sweating bullets and stuff because he knows there ain't no second chance.
He remembered what happened last time, dude.
Yeah, dude.
It wasn't looking very good.
Dude, that must have been funny, dog.
You're so funny, dog.
That must have been all bad, bro. In his deathbed. They're like,
sweating.
Just take it easy. Just
relax.
Relax your eyes, close your eyes. No, you tripping.
You don't know what I've seen.
You don't know what I've been through now. Bro. By no means are we making fun of God. No, dude.
No.
It's just funny how the situation just
we're throwing
unraveled, dude.
We're throwing our no shackles twist to the spin to the story.
Man, I hope that he made it to heaven, dude.
I'm pretty sure he did, dude. After that, something like that.
Ew.
Oh my gosh.
That's the devil trying to. Nah, dude, go to what we were trying to look for, because that's the devil trying to take our minds off of something.
You're right.
There, a Catholic priest had a head-on collision with a truck.
Oh, wait.
Pause it? All right.
Yeah, so...
all
right, you guys, we appreciate you guys tuning in for the episode
14.
I want to say this is part 2.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't checked out our other podcast episodes, go ahead and check them out. We talk about a lot of things, a lot of day in the life things, stuff that we go through, stuff that we want to try, different things, and we really appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode. And